Hey everyone, it's Milo here for the Fellowship of Acoustics and welcome to a new episode of New Arrivals. I hope you'll all enjoyed the shop tour that we released last week. There were a lot of views on it already, so it's really nice to see. And we have Laura behind the camera here because Maiko is still in the northern part of Spain. We're going to see what came in last week, and I already had a quick sneak peek, and it's just one of the richest in vintage guitar weeks we've ever seen. So this will maybe be a long episode. There are a lot of beauties here. As always, we are going to pick 4 and it's up to you to pick your favorite of the week. You can leave a comment down below or you can vote in the poll on the community site on our YouTube page. Last week your favorite was the Collins OM1A Hill Country, which is a beautiful guitar. I don't know if it's sold yet, otherwise please check it out online. It's a wonderful sounding new series by Collins. So let's dive right in. Let's go. We're going to start with a bearing because we have 2 Gibson Acoustics from the year 1944. We have a Southern Jumbo in this case, and we have a LG2 in this case. Let's start with the LG2. Wow. That is really cool. So another banner Gibson, and this banner is still intact. A really chunky neck. Don't know if you can catch this on this angle, but really beefy. Got a wonderful and dry sound that I'm used to from vintage Gibson. It also looks fantastic. There's a lot of crackling in the finish all over the body. Here on the back as well. Plays really easily right now. I think this might need a neck reset in a few years because the saddle is quite low, but there's still some room left and it plays good right now, so that's all you need. Wow. Another intact banner. Another super chunky neck, which is nice. So this is one of the mahogany back inside Southern Jumbos. You also see them sometimes with rosewood. These are really rare and really sought after. This is a mahogany back inside with a spruce top. So the Southern Jumbo was one of the upscale brother of the J45. I believe it was released first in 1942, so this is only the second year of production. You get some more ornaments, so it's a little bit fancier looking J45. It looks great. The split parallelogram inlays are really cool as well. Let's check how this sounds. I think I prefer this one over the LG2. This one sounds even drier and more muted, which I really like. It's got a really intimate and a mellow sound, with a bit more bass end than the LG2, which I enjoy as well. And I think it looks stellar. Let's just go for it. A 44 Southern Jumbo, something we don't see every week. So really nice to see it here. This is my first choice for this New Arrivals. We're staying with the Gibsons. This is a vintage Gibson from '54. This is one of the coolest acoustic electrics there is, I think. This is a J160E from 1954. A Beatles guitar. So this is really a staple in the Beatles guitar collection. You've seen John Lennon playing this, George Harrison playing this as well. And 54 is actually the first year that they made this J160E. It was Gibson's first successful acoustic electric mix. So they made one before, I don't know exactly what it's called, it's CF something, CF100 or maybe something like that. So what we see is a slope shoulder dreadnought with mahogany back and sides, a spruce top and a P90 pickup here above the sound hole. This is really a unique design to that period. Acoustically, most of these don't really sound all that great, but you did have a chance to play an acoustic guitar on a stage. And 54 is actually the only year that these guitars had a solid top. So this is a solid spruce top, and later after 54 they were laminate. So this should sound a little bit better, maybe. This doesn't look to be tampered with at all, which is interesting. Some repaired cracks on the back here. It's always weird to see knobs on the top of an acoustic guitar. You have these thumb wheels here on the bridge. I don't know if these are used to raise the saddle. Maybe someone in the comments can let me know. Might be logical. Let's check it out. This actually sounds really good to my ears. It's not as quiet as some of the other J160Es that we've had. It's got some natural compression built in. I think it sounds really great. And you have the option to plug it in and use a P90 pickup. Wow, really charmed by this, but there's lots more to open. So let's go on. Next up is a Martin guitar. We're moving to 1966. We have a D35 in this case. All right, so a 66 D35, still with Brazilian rosewood back and sides, a 3-piece back. Looks to be in great shape. It's got a nice and high saddle still. Let's check it out. Pretty huge difference compared to the J160E that I've played before. This is just loud and bold and bright. I think it sounds really great. It's got sort of a bouncy feel to it, not as stiff as some other Martins. Might be an option, but we're going to look on. Another Martin guitar in a black case with black locks as well. This is a second-hand one from 2004. A few weeks ago we had a 64 ES335, which was the same year as Clapton's. And now we have a Eric Clapton Martin guitar, a signature. This is a Bellezza Nera. Bellezza Nera from 2004. All black, so hence the black case as well. Check this out. A Eric Clapton signature. It also says Hiroshi Fujiwara. Maybe this is the luthier that worked on it, I don't know. So I didn't know about the existence of Hiroshi Fujiwara, but I just heard that he was a fashion designer or a designer in general, and he designed the Bellezza model together with Eric Clapton. I didn't know this. So we also see Bellezza models in a navy blue finish, and this is the Bellezza Nera for the completely black finish. This is number 18 out of 476, so quite rare. It's got a lot of bling as well, beautiful ornaments. Check out the rosette, which looks great. The inlays are beautiful as well. The snowflakes and the headstock plate. The final contender for this round. So we've seen the J160E, we've opened the D35, then we opened the Bellezza Nera. I'm going to open a 1932 Gibson. This is a LOO. Wow. And 1932 is actually the first year that they ever made the LOO. So a first year LOO
from 32 is incredible to see. This one's really nice and lightweight. Now it has a sunburst finish, but this is a refin, and you can see it on the body, the back as well, and also on the neck, which is maybe a little bit ugly because it chips off here, and also on the back of the headstock. The front of the headstock is still original. I think most of the original 32 LOOs were completely black, with a white pickguard. Sometimes they call those the tuxedos. There's also a change of the bridge plate on the inside, and it also did have a refret once. Also a fantastic sound. It's quite hard to play right now. There is still some room on the saddle, so the action could be a little bit lower. But it sounds fantastic. Got a lot of really nice bass end. Mostly this bass end is cut off on LOO guitar. So when you find one with a lot of bass end, I always really enjoy playing that. I think I enjoyed the J160E and the D35 more. I know the D35 will get the most votes on YouTube because you like vintage Martins. We already picked a vintage Gibson, but I'm really tempted to go for the J160E. Still, I'm picking the D35 for you out there, but an honorable mention to the J160E because that is a really cool guitar. Go check it out on the website, but I'm picking the D35 from 1966. Another stunning vintage Gibson case. Rudy and also Richard, they went to Dallas to the guitar show and they bought some guitars. And this is one of the guitars that came back with them. This is a ES5 from 1949. Check that out. That is so cool. A 3 pickup, big hollow body by Gibson. 1949. So this is the first year that they made the ES5. So we have a lot of first years this episode. We have this one. The LOO is also a first year. Also the J160E was also the first year. So that's really a piece of history in this episode. The keen eye would have seen it. This is not a original ES5. So we call this a conversion. In 1955, the ES5 design switched to what they call the Switch Master. And a lot of the original ES5s were converted to this as well. Originally, the ES5 came with 3 knobs. As you can see right now, it has 6 knobs, so you can adjust the volume and the tone for each pickup individually, and it's got a really nice switch. I believe the original also did have a wooden bridge, and this one has a Tune-o-matic right now. So I think you could say that it has been improved to the original ES5 design, but it's still incredible that this is one from 1949. That's really cool. And I think I'm going to make some of our jazzier players in the fellowship really happy by choosing this. But you can do a lot of different things with this as well. There are a lot of guitars using this as more of a funk and blues guitar because you can get some really nice and punchy tones out of these P90s, not just mellow jazz tones. I did spot another arch stop from Gibson in the photo studio. So I'm just going to grab that. Stay here, Laura. Be right back. In this beaten up case, there's a Gibson Birdland. Wow. This one is from 1969.
Check that out. What a cool model. So in the year that they changed the ES5 to the ES5 Switchmaster, they also introduced the Birdland model. So this is a pretty thin archtop guitar. So it's pretty much the L5 CES, but then with a thinner body. And they call this the Birdland because this was made for two guitarists. They had two guitarists in mind, Billy Bird and Hank Garland. Birdland. So this beautiful archtop features patent number pickups you've already seen on the inside. These are the original patent number pickups. And in 1969 specifically, they removed the sharp Florentine cutaway. So now it's the more rounded cutaway, which I enjoy the look of more than the sharp Florentine. I don't know about you guys. I think this is a really, really cool model. And it's nice to see these two next to each other. Some beautiful sunburst archtops for the thumbnail, Laura. So maybe we should get Bill in here because we didn't have any Bill action yet. Bill! Bill! He's coming. There he is. Bill! Check this out. You could say a duck is a bird, so yeah. I'm not going with Bill on this one. The Birdland is beautiful, but a ES5 conversion to a Switchmaster, this is just really incredible. I'm really curious to see how this will sound through an amp. I think we can get a nice and fitting player for this, so let's go with this one. This is a really, really special one. This is a Larsen Brothers guitar. So a parlor-sized guitar from the 1920s. We call this the Maurer 562. Yeah, 562. So made by the Larsen Brothers. And the Larsen Brothers were two Swedish immigrants that moved to Chicago. And they built some incredible guitars. And they were really pioneers when it comes to acoustic flat top guitar making. The Larsen brothers made some inventions pretty much decades before Martin did. So they used some laminated braces on the top on this one to give the guitar some more stability, because there was a change to steel strings, of course, and the top needed to have more stability. And the Larsen brothers really pioneered this. And I think this is a really beautiful design. It says in here, patent July 12, 1904. So that is maybe the patent for the Maurer design. So this is somewhere from the 1920s, and this features a Brazilian rosewood back and sides, which got a really nice grain on it. It has beautiful cosmetic details as well. The stars here on the bridge. Also, I really love the inlays on this, on the fretboard. Really beautiful. It has a replacement saddle. There are some minor cracks that have been repaired. It's really stable. Let's check out the sound. This one is in great playing condition, plays really easily, which is special for a 1920s flat top guitar. It's really a piece of guitar production history, so it's really cool to see this one in here. So I just grabbed this Les Paul from the photo studio. It's really heavy. Let's check it out. Are you guys ready? This is really, I think, the most important guitar that we are going to feature this episode. So here it is. really exciting. Oh, incredible. Originally, when you bought this, it came with a guitar inside. It came with a Les Paul. So this is a original Lifton case, a brown Lifton case, and it came with the burst Les Pauls from 58 to 60. Luckily, in this case, you don't get the guitar, you don't get all the hassle, you just get the most important piece, which is the Lifton case. So inside this case, there is a Les Paul. At least there should be. All right. This is a Yardburst, a Jeff Beck Yardburst from 2024. So this is an homage to the Yardbirds period when Jeff Beck still played in the Yardbirds. So this is a 59 Les Paul that originally came in a Lifton, a brown Lifton case. This has the dual custom buckers, the unpotted custom buckers without the cover on it. You also get a commemorative strap as well inside the case, and also a certificate of authenticity with Jeff Beck's name on it. They only made a limited selection of these, so there were 130 made, and this is number 64 out of 130. Jeff Beck might be one of the best guitarists to ever grace this earth, and so if you're a really big Jeff Beck fan and you want to own his Les Paul, this is an option. And then from one of my favorite guitarists ever to one of my favorite guitar models ever, this is a ES330, a Sunburst one from 1963. Dang. This is really great looking. Check that out. The nice chrome dog ear P90s. This looks clean as well. So the 330, the completely hollow body design with the P90 pickups. This one still has the shorter neck joint. I believe somewhere in 67, 68 they changed to a longer neck joint. And what I like about this one, this also still has the wider nut width. So they also changed to a slightly smaller nut width later on. This is really my perfect 330. So now it's a decision between this and the Larson brothers. We already have two acoustics, so we already have the Southern Jumbo and a D35. Then we have the ES5 Switchmaster. It might be three Gibsons. Laura, what would you choose? Larson Brothers from the 1920s or a 330 from 63?
The 330.
Okay, Timon?
330 all day.
Okay, so it's not up to me. The 330 is the fourth and final choice for this new arrivals. But I want to say again, some honorable mentions. The J160E, which is incredible, and also the Larson Brothers Maurer from the 20s. So go check out the story of the Larson Brothers because they are a really important segment in the history of acoustic guitar building. But we have three Gibsons, so sorry if you're not a Gibson lover, but sometimes you just can't get around it. The 330 is my final choice.
Alright guys, thank you all for watching this episode of New Arrivals. As always, vote in the poll down below. What is your favorite guitar of this week? It's going to be a difficult choice. Bill, what do you think? Bill liked the 330 the most. So vote in your favorite and I see you next week. Bye bye.